Well, good afternoon. It's been a few days again, a couple days. I've I've just been going through a lot of changes. I don't know. I I keep searching on stupid internet for love, for that special somebody. I met. Just gonna call her Tasha, and she was using her friend's name when I first met her on chats. Then we went to messages and texting or whatever you call it. And I'm not going to put all her business out there, but she really got me, she really has me, lack of a better word, excited. Like I said, I keep believing I can find what I'm looking for online. And it's going on a year since I got out of prison. You know, July 8th is going to be a year. And it's it's been one hell of a ride. I just I don't know. I I just so much or so many people on Facebook who come on my page are phony. They're just not real. Even when you go to their profile, it says his. You know, it's a beautiful woman there, but it says change his profile. And I call her OBG. She's like my best friend. I've met her back in '03 at Grafton. That's the prison I was in. And I don't know, over the years she just proved to be what I'm calling my best friend. And she tells me, oh, it's been crazy. Like, I started out with a Galaxy J2 Samsung. They gave me that phone when I got out. I was at what they called the Nord Center. It was a crisis unit, so I wouldn't have to go to the mission. I was kind of saved, because if I would have went to Cleveland, it would have been ugly for me. It would have been nothing like it is now. So anyway, one of the nurses named Monica took my picture. She did this like first meeting me. And like, I don't know, she was an '87 kid making her a rabbit. And cute as a button. And I'd never seen anything like this place. It was, you know, they had food and coffee and you could smoke. Not inside, but you could smoke outside. And I hadn't had a cigarette since 6 years. And anyway, she took a picture with my prison shorts on. And then I had a picture of a Viper that was took of me back in '18. That one of the people gave me when I left. Just give me the picture. So she took that picture and she made a profile for me. And for a long time, I didn't know how to get to the profile. I didn't know nothing. You know, when it come to Facebook, I was totally ignorant. I just had big dreams that Facebook was going to make me a household name, that I was going to get known. Like in prison, I was doing what was called a blog. And I got put on Facebook. But when you say you're the Antichrist, or the AC, I like to say AC. You know, you don't get you know, it's a scary thing. Not too many people really understand it. So anyway, I started getting all these requests, and oh, I was just unbelievable. I just kept accepting them and accepting them. Pretty soon, I had like 1,200 beautiful women, all in their 30s. You know, born in the 80s and or late 90s. No, early 90s. All about 26 years old to 40, and all beautiful. And it kept growing each day. I was had as much as like 250 requests at a time, and I would just keep hitting the buttons, accept, 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 and I was totally a mess because I didn't know. Like I was total. You know, there's a country song, "Country Bumpkin." You know, where'd you come from, country bumpkin? You know, and uh, anyway, OBG called them my army of hoes, and everybody that was helping me and getting ready because I was in what was called the reentry program, and I ended up spending 10 days at the North Center, and then I got my own apartment, and I kind of rushed into it. I could have probably stayed at the North Center with the air conditioning and all the free food and everything for a lot longer than 10 days. But I wanted, even though the apartment that they got me was stripped down, there was nothing in here. They did buy me a bed, a new bed, and a kitchen table, which ended up being a three-legged table because they broke the leg getting it in here. So I roughed it I got here July 18th, and I really did. I roughed it. I remember I had a little money when I got out because my brother, Duffy, I just call him Duffy, he, even though my sister passed in 17, he continued to take care of me in prison, made sure I wasn't going hungry and raggedy, and, you know, he kept money on my books. Because I was spending quite a bit of money between food and getting copies made on my blog. It took money to survive in prison. So anyway, I had a little money, and I didn't know. Like I said, I'm totally ignorant. Pretty soon, I'm falling in love with. This first one that I fell in love with, her name was Carolina Ross, or Ross Carolina. And we ended up, wasn't supposed to chat in the after hours. You wasn't supposed to be on the phone after 10 o'clock. But I would cheat and I'd do it. And I know it was so. For all because I did a lot of time. I just did 28 years. And, you always had to wait on a letter. Then we got what's called JPay. I had a tablet. Right now it's in Texas getting unlocked so I can access my music and my letters and my pictures. It should be getting back any day now. But anyway, I had a tablet. And so I was a little familiar with the touch screen, and we had a kiosk you had to plug in, so I could write, but I'd have to wait till the morning to plug in to send my stuff out. So it really got amazing to me to be able to do everything instant, instant pictures and instant say anything. I was really caught up in it. So then I forget, it was always about money. And money because she said she lived in California. And I'm in Ohio. And that's an expensive trip. Because the airport is probably $25 to $30 using Uber or any car to get from the airport to my house. So, it'd be kind of complicated to get here if you didn't have money. or driver's license to rent a car. So anyway, we kind of grew apart, and like I said, I'm getting all these requests, and another girl talked about having money, and I know people die and have girls. They could have a daughter instead of a son, taking on their. Anyway, I don't know. I was so gullible. I give her my everything. I did. I give her everything that I knew. My passwords, my social security number, my state ID, front and back. And I didn't even know how to do a screenshot. I didn't even know how to do a selfie. I always go to the mirror and take a picture in the mirror. That's because I didn't know how to turn the camera around. I was really totally ignorant with the smartphone. So anyway, she deleted Facebook, changed my password so I couldn't get back on. And I was almost, I talk, if you watch my videos, I talk about tears, but I get tears for being happy. And then I get close to tears for being frustrated. But it took me 3 days to get my, to get on Facebook and get my account, because I got an email address that I like, and I don't want to change my email address. I've kept it somehow for a year, almost a year now. And even though I got a son named the same as me, and I found out, it used to be, when I was coming up in the 60s, because I was born in 52, so the Woodstock, that's where I'm from, 12 miles from the farm. I grew up in the 60s. And I used to tell people to go to New York City and look in the phone book, and the phone book was a couple foot thick. Cut it out. So anyway, I would say Reiner's was the only one in there, and that was my uncle, Uncle Henry. And my cousin would answer the phone, and he would tell you, because he knew the city, he would get you anywhere you wanted to go. But now it's different. There's a lot of Reiners. I found out there's a whole lot of Frederick Reiners. And I don't know what's happening. I just know that I am the AC. I really am. And I know I got out of prison after I got saved. I got saved 12/19/74, and I had to go to prison for 3 years in Wisconsin. And I got out 7/7/77. And amazing story. It's in past videos, so I don't have to repeat it. But anyway, I get to Ohio in the blizzard of 78. And I was looking for my 12 goddesses, because I believe I'm supposed to have 12 goddesses, like Jesus had 12 disciples. I'm supposed to have 12 women. And I had come up with a plan to have one from each zodiac sign. I didn't know about the Chinese zodiac. If I did, I probably would have did a few things different. But anyway, I only knew the month zodiac from America, but I didn't know about the year Chinese go by. I really like the Chinese zodiac, because I'm a dragon, and I always looking for monkeys and rats, because them three get along. But anyway, I was meeting women that was always at the time of the month that they could conceive. And so I used to say I had 7 kids with 3 women. But that's not true, because since I've been out and I got looking at my life, especially since I started YouTube and things, because when you get on the camera and you start talking, things get different. It ain't like, it's something like I've never experienced before, and I really like it. I really do. It keeps you humble, and you you just because I'm not reading from a script. I'm not listening to anything in my ear. Oh, sure, I got Spectrum News on just in case something happens. I like to watch Spectrum News, and I keep it on low because that's my prison TV. I got a Spectrum box to make it work. So anyway, the camera and making these videos is a humbling thing, and I was in the beginning when the idea first got put to me. I didn't think I could do it. I didn't think I could just get in on the camera and start talking, but then I did, and wow. I was a potty mouth in the beginning, you know. I would cuss and then I would smoke. But then I found out that there's people, not just kids, but people that have delicate ears, and so I wanted to clean up my act. But when that young girl got killed down in Columbus, the 16-year-old, and they call them the pint-sized protesters. You know, they're from, I like to say 6, because I like that number. And these kids are, you know, they're knowing stuff and so I got them in my mind that I don't want to be a potty mouth. I don't want to make their world any more complicated than it already is from what they see on. So I want to be I try not to cuss, and I do have, I do cuss, and it's hard for me to keep my mouth clean, but I do pretty good. Oh, I don't know when I started, but it's been a few videos now. But if something happened with my videos, somebody had my password, and I didn't feel like changing it, and I trusted her. And I didn't think she was going to try to hurt me, but anyway, Jamie, that's my son's girlfriend. I really like this woman. And she told me, because I was up to 838 views. And I'm trying to get to 1,000. I don't know what 1,000 is, like a magic number for me, because you can get the K then. And all of a sudden I'm starting to lose them. And at first it didn't bother me too much. I just thought, I don't know what I thought. But then it got really serious. So she told me that for you to lose a view, you have to lose the video. So I get looking, and there was like 8 videos missing. And then I had deleted a bunch. So it went back to April 15th. There's a red Jeep. I did that when I went to, I can't remember the town. Amherst. Yeah, I rode my bike, because that's how I get around. I ride a bike. I rode my bike to Amherst to see a doctor over there about getting a marijuana card. I wanted to be able to smoke legal, and I can't. But anyway, that's where I started, from the Jeep that I took. I made a video on my phone, and it was this real pretty red Jeep there. And so I luckily they didn't come out and shoot me, because I took video walking around it, because I loved that little Jeep. Because back in the 80s, I had a 46 Willys Jeep, which was the first CJ. And so I love Jeeps. And now they got a Wrangler. That's my friend Mike. His daughter's got a 2020 Wrangler, and it's awesome. I never seen nothing like it. And but anyway, I'm down to 188 today, and I changed my password, and I did, but I'm still losing videos, or I'm still losing views. So I don't know what's going on. I haven't been on here. I came on a few days ago, and I made a short video, because there's certain things going on in my life that I can't be talking about, and has to do with family, and so I feel censored. And when you're censored, you really can't do what I'm doing. You can't be you can't be open and honest and just talk. At least I can't. So I just pull back and clean the house and take a bike ride and try to get my papers in order so I can publish my book. But anyway, I got to stop a minute. I guess I got it. I get I get mixed up on here sometimes. So many things there, especially when you pause it, because I haven't figured out how to do that on my phone, and I don't like to make videos on the phone. Anyway, Jamie told me to make the videos 30 minutes, not longer. So I'm going to be paying attention to 30 minutes. I really like her, but I just got to say it's a crazy situation, and that's what I've been doing a lot of soul searching about, because I don't know. I just okay now. I've been rambling about the whole. I'm trying to condense my life in this video, so if you just started watching me, you get an idea of what's going on. I say I'm the Antichrist. I say I was saved 1974, and I just got out of prison. Well, it's almost a year now, and I live in Lorraine. I live alone. I've been talking about writing a book for many years, and over the years in prison, I had to send stuff home because of having too much stuff and contraband writings. But I did end up sending everything to my sister. But she passed in February of 17. But my brother, I call him my brother, Duffy, got me the stuff. And, there's some things I can't find. Somebody, I don't know who, but there's a few things that I can't find. And I don't know if she went through my stuff or who went through it, but there's things missing. And, over the years I've wrote every conceivable thing you could write. I'm serious. I might not have, I just wrote fantasies, and I wrote truth, and truth was fantasies because they was in my head. The fantasies was in my head, making it truth. If you can think it, you can do it. Or in the Bible, it even says you're guilty of your thoughts. So I was guilty of a lot of things. And I like that show SVU. She had this sicko in there the other day. They have it on USA. You can watch it most any day. And she accused this guy of believing his own hype, his own delusions. And I got thinking, I'm kind of guilty of that. And that's what's happening to me now. I've had an incredible life. I say I was a porn star in the 50s. My first 7 years I was a porn star. Then from my second 7 years I was a porn star. So that takes me to 67. And wow, even the first 3 sevens was really amazing. But anyway, I'm running out of time. But I can just start another video. It takes about an hour to upload it. But anyway, right now, my goal is to get my following back. I don't know what happened. I have not a clue. But I think Jamie was wrong when she said that somebody with my password has been deleting my videos. And I don't do good with the machine. You know, emailing and all that stuff you got to do. I do better on the phone. But it's hard to get anybody on the phone from YouTube. And the other day I made a video for Jamie playing classic country. And one of my videos was censored because of a song. Here's a quarter called Somebody That Cares. That was the song that they said I infringed on their copyright. So I stopped doing that. You know, I can't play classic country in the background, which I did like to do because Jamie said she likes country music, and she does. You know, she does know country music, and that's one of the things that fascinates me because I've never met anybody who's a rat and pretty, and she's a redhead, and you know she's just like true. You know, she just speaks the truth, no matter what it is, and I got all twisted because I didn't, you know, I don't know. I ain't trying to jump her bones because she's my son's hopefully going to marry her. I hope he does. If not, I think I want to adopt her and make her my daughter because she's like perfect. But anyway, that's another story. That caused me a lot of grief because my experiences from the 80s when I went on the run is different for the kids involved in my life. And I just didn't, you know, I don't make up stuff. I lived my life over and over and over for 28 years. You know, every detail of it. And when I went on the run back in 86 because I got caught with a gun and I wasn't going to go back to prison. I just wasn't going to go back to prison. So I came up with this elaborate, or Jesus came up with it, somebody came up with it, I got to go here in a few minutes, how I could escape being arrested. And it was really quite amazing the 5.5 years that I did avoid being arrested. But I came back and turned myself in 91. If I'd have stayed going another year and a half, the statute of limitations would have been up, and I wouldn't be talking to you now. It would have been a different situation. But you can't change history, and you can't say what I just said. You know, it's right now. Right now is what's happening. And regardless of what you did in the past, or what you're accused of doing in the past, right now is where it's at. And you can't change nothing from the past. You really can't. And I don't even know about the future. I keep saying in my videos that I don't know what I'm going to say 5 seconds from now. And I don't, because I'm talking from the Spirit. And I really believe Jesus is my little brother. I believe that with all my heart. And I believe that I'm here to close the Bible, the New Testament, which Jesus tried to do 2,000 years ago. He came to close the madness of the Old Testament. He didn't create this New Testament. Man did this. This whole Antichrist thing and this whole Bible is madness. It's been driving people crazy for years, for centuries. Ever since, I like to say 1610, because that's when King James came out with the 66 books in the Bible and the Antichrist. He was a Mason. It gets real complicated. But if you break it all down, it's really quite simple. They couldn't keep nothing going forever. And there's a book called Forbidden Knowledge. I had access to that book back in '73, and it was contraband. I paid $100 for it, or my dad paid $100 for it, because he kept me in money, because I was doing 4 years in New York. And over the years, I've been called a liar about that, because I have no felony in New York. They took a felony and made it a misdemeanor, so I wouldn't have a felony on my record, so I could have run for office or did anything. So over the years, I've signed release of information, and my record's kind of like locked up in New York. My Social Security number comes up clean. So anyway, I did 4 years in New York. From July 27th is when I got convicted until August 2nd of '74, and I did 73 days on parole in '71. And it was, nobody's did any time like I've done. Nobody. I'm 68 years old, and nobody's even like this 28 years I just did. There's nobody that did 28 years like I just did. It just ain't nobody that did that. Yeah, I'm out of time. I do want to cut this off, because I want to get Jamie back to talking to me. She's been kind of avoiding me. She talked to me a little bit yesterday, but I just sent her an email or a text, and she didn't answer me. And anyway, I want to get back in her good graces. So I'm going to shut this off and start another one when I can, when this one gets uploaded. I love y'all. Hey, Bo Hattie, I don't know if you're following me anymore, if I pissed you off. And OBG, I don't know. I've been waiting for a phone call. And I ain't going to call down there. I wanna. I already sent you an email telling you I wanna. But I ain't heard from you in 3 days. And I know you're working early, or getting up early to work these last 3 days, getting up, having to be there, having to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I know that. So I'm not, and I know we're all right, because I believe we're always going to be all right. But anyway, I love y'all. And G-Mac, I do hope everything went good with your test, because I do want to know a brand new social worker in my life. And a redhead with the prettiest blue eyes I ever seen. And Ashley, you too. All of them pictures was amazing. 24 pictures you sent me. I never knew the phone could do that many pictures. I have to see how many I can send. But I love you, Ashley, OBG, G-Mac, and Bo Hattie. I love you. And Jamie, I love you too. And Tasha, I meant this video to be for you, but more on you later. But I got to see how I look and redo this. I know there's a thing you can do called editing, but I ain't did it yet. I just watch my videos and try to correct them as the next one starts. But anyway, I do love y'all. And come on back if you left me for some reason. Because I don't know why I lost all my views. But I do want you back. And we're going to get this show on the road. We really are. So I'm going to go now.